Who could I really be? What life could I be living? Because we all have this hidden version inside of us. It's like you have a big block of stone. Right now you're unsculpted. You're just a block. But if you actually focus on doing the right things, you begin to create this beautiful sculpture. But if you never do the right things and if you never cut out the bad habits, then you don't ever become defined. You never find out who you can truly be. You never achieve the greatest version of yourself. Do you question who you could be? Does that question ever come to your mind? Because it comes to my mind all the time. Do you ever sit down and just wonder who you could be? Who you could be if you stopped pursuing the negative habits and focused on bringing good into your life? If you stopped just wasting hours and hours a day on social media, and if you stopped watching pornography, and if you stopped playing video games, and if you stopped wasting your life and instead you focused on bringing positive habits into your life, if you focused on staying consistent, if you focused on exercising, if you consistently ate the right foods, if you consistently pursued those business ideas, do you ever just think of how different you could be if you just did the right things? The things that you already know you should be doing, but you just don't do for some reason? Do you ever think of that? I bring this up because I've been keeping journals of my life for the past 9, almost 10 years now. I like to keep track of my progress, and journaling is one of the best ways to do that. I can track my finances, my fitness, my social life, my mental health. I can track everything through a journal. But every so often I like to go back through those journals and just take a look at how I have progressed and what my thoughts were like years ago and almost a decade ago. And I was doing this other day and it hit me that I've come so far in the last 9 years of my life, especially in these most recent years. I've come so far. I've improved in my financial life. I've improved in terms of my fitness. I've improved in terms of my mental clarity. I've improved in terms of my health. Just every aspect of my life has improved, and I'm proud of that, and I don't negate that. But at the same time, I see myself in the current day still repeating certain habits that I was doing years ago, that I knew were negative years ago. And I have to ask myself the question, like, who could I really be if I just completely committed to removing the negative habits from my life? If I fully adopted in my life what I know is right, who could I really be? What life could I be living? Because we all have this hidden version inside of us. It's like you have a big block of stone. Right now you're unsculpted. You're just a block. But if you actually focus on doing the right things, you begin to create this beautiful sculpture. But if you never do the right things and if you never cut out the bad habits, then you don't ever become defined. You never find out who you can truly be. You never achieve the greatest version of yourself. Do you question who you could be? Does that question ever come to your mind? Because it comes to my mind all the time. I've had so many bad habits over the years, and I'm making so much progress. But I know I could do better. I know I could. And this is my public way of announcing to the world that I am going to do better. I am going to focus on bringing those positive habits into my life. Consistently eating the right foods, consistently exercising, consistently meditating, consistently journaling, consistently planning out my days and my months, consistently putting the work into my business. And as I do that, I know that my life will continue to level up and transform. And if you do the same thing in your life will level up and transform. It will. Just imagine the man you could be if you just got rid of some of those bad habits. If you stopped spending 6 hours a day on the phone, if you stopped constantly checking social media and constantly checking Tinder and constantly checking Instagram, and if you replace that with positive habits that improve your mental health, and if you started journaling consistently and meditating consistently and working out consistently and eating healthy foods consistently, imagine if you went out and you saw a pretty girl and you actually approached her instead of going home and watching porn. And imagine if you had the vulnerable, deep conversations with your friends instead of just staying to the surface level. Imagine if you did all the things that you know you should be doing in your life, but you're just not doing for some reason. Your life would transform so drastically, but we don't do these things. And we are literally our worst enemies. We all have the power to build beautiful lives that we can be completely proud of, but we don't do it. And again, I'm not attacking you because I do the same thing so often, and it's gotten better over the last couple of years, but I still do the same thing now. But I highly encourage you, if you can relate to this video on any level and you know that you can be doing better in your life, then I want you to sit down for a few minutes and just think of what you can be doing better in your life. What habits are in your life right now that you know should not be in your life? What's holding you back? Do you need to stop smoking or stop vaping? Do you need to start working out? Do you need to stop playing video games? Do you need to stop spending hours on social media? Do you need to stop associating with certain people? Do you need to stop doing drugs? Do you need to stop partying? What do you need to stop doing? What's holding you back? Spend some time just really thinking about what is holding you back in your life. Spend some time doing that. And after you've done that, then spend some time thinking about what you can replace that with, because your life and who you become in your life is centered around your habits. If you're not doing something on a consistent day in, day out basis, then you're not going to have the life that you want to have. You have to build your habits in such a way that if you do those habits consistently, then it will naturally, automatically design the life that you want. So for example, if I want to have great mental health, I know that meditation will help with that. I know that staying off of social media will help that. I know that having good friends around me will help with that. So if I know those things, then I need to make those things my habits if I want that good mental health. And it's the same way in any area. You need to figure out what will help you to grow in any area of your life, and then just do that. It's so simple, but we just don't do it. We all have the power to live so much better than we currently live, but we're just holding ourselves back. We all have the power to be so much better than we are. We all have that power, all of us. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.